Meet Bob.
Hello, everyone.
Bob searched and searched for insurance, but grew frustrated with the high number of options.
Oh no, what am I gonna do?
Then Bob contacted the McIntosh Insurance Agency.
Bingo!
The McIntosh Insurance Agency helped Bob get affordable insurance that fit his unique needs.
Oh, I'm happy I found this guy.
Be like Bob. Go to McIntoshinsuranceAgency.com or give them a call at 561-300-2444.
You won't be sorry.
Remap Accounting Firm offers a wide variety of affordable accounting and tax services. We can help you develop your budget and manage your cash flow. We help families and businesses save money on taxes. Listen to our satisfied customers.
It's good to know that the success of our business is important to Remap. We're confident that Remap sees us as more than just a client.
Contact us at remap.com or call 561-623-0241. Would you like your business to maximize its return on investments? Then contact Wealth Management and Distribution Group. Wealth Management and Distribution Group will help you minimize your tax liabilities. It doesn't matter if you're an individual, an entrepreneur, or a small business. Protect your assets for you and your loved ones. Maximize your return on investment with Wealth Management and Distribution Group. Get more information at WMADG.com or call 954-701-4730.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking and staying with us. You know, we are in the second quarter of the show. I left you on the other side talking about sticker price versus out-of-pocket expenses. So basically, even going to look to buy a car, giving you an example, going to buy a car, you will go to the car dealership and you will look at the sticker price on the car and you'll see a number there. And many a times that sticker price is not necessarily what you're going to pay. It's a similar situation. You may view a college website, or you may even contact the administration or the registrar office or whatever, and you may get a quote. And that quote you get will be the sticker price, but it's not necessarily what you will be paying, because you have to consider, because if we spoke about earlier, we spoke about PAPSA in the sense that there are aids or grants and stuff like that you could get, which would reduce the sticker price to calculate the out of pocket. So, and one of these considerations that you have to look at was, well, it's a public college or whether it's a private college, and you're wondering, okay, what can be adjusted? And that's why it is critical with the planning, in the sense that don't just be dismayed because you may see a sticker price, because you may contact a university, whether it's a private university or public university, and sometimes there are some aids there that's not even identified, in the sense, you have the common ones, like, with the FAFSA, where there are grants. You may hear about Pell grants, you may hear about supplemental grants, and you're going to have other things where you're going to hear about a prepaid plan, where someone may have a prepaid plan. And then one of the most common one out there is in planning is a College 529 plan. So the guest that we're going to have on in a couple of minutes is going to share with us some insights regarding the 529 plan. So I'm going to defer talking about that until our guest calls in. Okay? So what has happened with the price of college? What has happened in the price of college is that, and sometimes people may not realize, public colleges and universities, the costs have been increasing over the last 10 years at an average of 8%. And, contradictory to that, where someone may not even realize that college fees for public colleges are increasing at a greater percentage than private colleges. Studies have shown that private colleges are increasing at a rate of 5% versus public colleges, which are increasing at a rate of 8%. And one of the things regarding that planning that I want you to be aware of, because sometimes someone will hear that it says, okay, it's a 4-year college. And that in itself can be a misnomer or a misunderstanding, because just because it says a 4-year college, it doesn't mean that you're going to finish in 4 years. And that sometimes can be a little bit confusing. Studies have shown that for public colleges, a lot of times a 4-year college or a 4-year degree may not finish complete before 5 years in a public college, whilst in a private college, sometimes the percentage that as it shows that in a private college 70% of the students finish the 4-year degree in 4 years in a private college, whilst in a public college, it's 50% that manages to finish in 4 years. So these are some of the factors that you have to look at, because if you're thinking, well, it's always going to be less expensive to go to a public college, but you have to factor now the time, in the sense that, okay, if I'm going to finish in 4 years versus 5 years, then you have to factor that expense of an additional year, because it's not just the tuition. You have to factor fees, room and board, books, transportation, and we spoke about those miscellaneous expenditures. So those are some of the things you have to be concerned with. So it's not just necessarily 4 years mean 4 years. Sometimes 4 years can mean 5 years. So those are some of the factors you have to look at. In the last 30 years in the U.S., college prices, our fees, our costs, whichever terminology you may prefer, has increased tremendously. 30 years ago, one could have gone to a public college and know that it's $2,000 a year. Even for myself, I remember starting out at Miami-Dade, going to Miami-Dade, and then transferring from Miami-Dade to the University of Florida. Back then, I remember where I could pay a credit for $29 for a class. And you say that to people now, and it just seems unbelievable that it's possible that you could pay one class. One class sometimes would have cost me less than $100, because if it's a 3-credit class at $29, that could have been $87. So you could go to college without it being a major planning, because the parents or the individual could write that from a checking account or something like that, or it wasn't a major expense. But college prices have changed in the sense that now to go to college, it's a major expense. Like, you have parents that may have 2 children, and the money that they're going to spend, depending on what these students are going to be studying, could be larger than the price of their home. So these are some of the factors that you have to look at. So the lines are open. Broward, 954-792-1170. 954-792-1170. So as I said, since 2010, I don't know why particular 2010, but the cost of college has it has just skyrocketed. It has just skyrocketed where between 2010 and 2016, the average public college has gone up. The total cost has gone up anywhere from between 16 and 21,000, whereas private colleges are 35 to 40,000, and anywhere near about there. So where it's not a one size fits all. So it's very necessary to do your exploration there to find out what you need to do, because some of the factors you need to consider there about spending too much. If without proper planning you could spend too much, or you could choose the wrong college. You could miss out on aid opportunities. You could, and the worst part of it, you could even miss out on an entire college education for your child or for your children due to lack of proper planning. So it is just very, very important to do proper planning. So the lines are still open, 954-792-1170. Please call in. We're here to address your questions. The website, financialliteracy.info, financialliteracy.info. You can go on there. You can put your comments. You can email us, support@financialliteracy.info, support@financialliteracy.info. The website is there. We have a Facebook page. We have a Twitter page. You can even go out there and you can even tweet. You can even tweet us. Tweet has become a very, a very common thing in our current society. So we have even set up a Twitter page that you can even tweet us, and we will respond to your tweet. So that's another thing there for you. So how do we pay? How do we pay for college? We're talking about the planning and the cost and so forth. How do we pay for it? There are many ways to pay for it. As I said, it starts out with aid. And one of the websites that you can go on to identify what are some of the aids that's out there, and it's findaid.org. That's FINDAID.org. FINDAID.org. Okay, that's a site that will share with you some of the possible aid that's out there regarding paying for college. So you can go there and check that out also. So we're still waiting on our caller to talk to us about the College 529 plan. He must have gotten a hang up. We have not heard from him yet. But stick and stay with us. We're getting ready to take another commercial break. Stay with us. The lines are open. 954-792-1170. 954-792-1170. Stick and stay with us. We will be right back.
Tax Incorporated for tax preparation and tax planning services. Lifeline prepares all forms of tax returns.
1040 personal, corporate S&C, partnership, trust returns,
and all other federal forms. Go to lifelinetax.com or call 561-244-0062.
Contact us to help you with your lifeline to a better tax future.
Go to lifelinetax.com or call 561-244-0062. Meet Bob.
Hello, everyone.
Bob searched and searched for insurance, but grew frustrated with the high number of options.
Oh, no. What am I going to do?
Then Bob contacted the McIntosh Insurance Agency.
Bingo.
The McIntosh Insurance Agency helped Bob get affordable insurance that fit his unique needs.
Oh, I'm happy I found this guy.
Be like Bob. Go to McIntoshinsuranceAgency.com or give them a call at 561-300-2444.
You won't be sorry.
Remap Accounting Firm offers a wide variety of affordable accounting and tax services. We can help you develop your budget and manage your cash flow. We help families and businesses save money on taxes. Listen to our satisfied customers.
It's good to know that the success of our business is important to REMAP. We're confident that REMAP sees us as more than just a client.
Contact us at remap.com or call 561-623-0241. Would you like your business to maximize its return on investments? Then contact Wealth Management and Distribution Group. Wealth Management and Distribution Group will help you minimize your tax liabilities. It doesn't matter if you're an individual, an entrepreneur, or a small business. Protect your assets for you and your loved ones. Maximize your return on investment with Wealth Management and Distribution Group. Get more information at WMADG.com or call 954-701-4730.
The other side, I was getting ready to talk about how do we pay for college. We spoke about borrowing. We also mentioned where there's a site that you can find out what's some of the aid that's available, and that is Find, F-I-N-D, aid, AID.org, which will give you some insights there. What has commonly happened a lot of time with parents is the sense that they will pay for college with one of two ways: home equity, or they will even borrow from their retirement plan. And these are two of the topics we want to talk about to identify, does it make sense? Does it make sense? Because here it is, you have your home and you're going to take equity out of your home to pay for college. And sometimes you don't have a choice, and that's understandable. But if we can plan properly, we may be able to avoid that. The next one is retirement, and you may say, but why would someone do that? Well, I can tell you as a CPA, I've had individuals who have taken out 60, 100,000 of their retirement to fund their child's education, and for whatever reason, there were not proper planning, or that in those individuals wanted to make sure that the child has a proper education. But in doing that with your retirement, where a parent sacrifices their retirement to do that, it's not necessarily that you don't want your child or your children to have proper education, but there are ways that it can be structured where that retirement can be maintained, and that child or those children can still have a quality education. And this is where sometimes, instead of trying to go it alone, you can seek the advice of a professional. And that professional, there are professionals out there like myself and others that can guide you through that process, in that instead of just making that decision by yourself, get the facts, and then you can make the decision from that. Okay? The lines are open, 954-792-1170. Please calling and let us answer your question, 954-792-1170. We have the website, financialliteracy.info, financialliteracy.info. You can go on there, you can make your comments, you can send us your questions there. There's a page on there for you to contact us or to reach out to us. We also have, you can email us, support@financialliteracy.info, support@financialliteracy.info. So as we get into trying to identify why some of the errors are made in college planning, let's talk about some of the challenges that's out there. All right. You have three topics here we can look at, and they all start with H. Okay, we can look at head, heart, or hand. Head, we're going to talk about the quality. What's the quality education that you're going to look for your child or your children? You have heart, that is emotion. and then you have hand, which is cost. Let's talk about emotion, because this is one of the major ones that we see where so many mistakes are being made, because the decisions are being made emotionally, where a child may choose a college because a friend or a family member or somebody's going to that particular college, whether it's out of state or whether it's in state. And instead of making that decision based on their situation, they're making it emotionally. So sometimes these decisions are made at an impediment because all the factors were not put into it. You know, we spoke about head, which is quality. Yes, we also understand that there are colleges and there are universities that one may believe that will provide a higher education or a better quality. And it's one of the common thing, because even it with myself in college, you know, one of the things that's measured when you're in college is measured by your GPA. And where someone will have a 3.5 GPA, where someone will have a 4.0 GPA. And arguably, someone will say, well, that GPA is going to determine your lifestyle after college. And I know it's very arguable, where some of you may even disagree with me on this statement, but going through college, that GPA might be great in that sense, in terms of that, whereas you say, where did you get that degree, or where did you get that degree, and how much was your GPA. And as I can tell you, as a business owner, and a lot of times, and don't get me wrong, I'm not downplaying GPA, but it's very rare you're gonna go into an interview for a job when you graduate from college and that person cares about your GPA. And you know, as I said, I'm not downplaying it, you know. So sometimes you can get a quality education from universities or colleges where you may think one is better than the other. And yes, that may be so, but it's important that you do your studies to identify what you can afford. Yeah, so the lines are open, 954-792-1170, 954-792-1170. So regarding college planning, I would make a bold statement and says timing is everything. Timing is everything, in the sense that, when do you start planning? And I would be bold enough to say that the day that child comes out of the womb should be the day that you start planning for college. And yes, I know that may be even a controversial statement, in sometimes someone would say, why do I have to start so early? And I can tell you why you start so early. It's going to make a heck of a difference when you start that early. And I'll just give you a simple mathematical example regarding procrastination. Take an individual where from 0 to 5 years old, that individual is going to contribute $2,000 a year. So basically, they're going to put $10,000 in for a child, okay, towards college. They're going to put in $2,000 a year. So from 0 to 5 years, and they don't put in any other monies. For the next 6 to 18 years, at a 12% tax deferred, just using a 12% tax deferred to have an understanding, just putting in $5,000 for $2,000 for 5 years, and nothing else from year 6 to 18, that parent will have $62,000 at $62,093 at the end of year 18, whilst an individual may start at age 6 to 18. That's 13 years, putting in $2,000 a year. So that individual puts in $26,000. And these are just an example I'm giving you. Putting in $26,000 and they'll have $62,785. So here it is. You have two different people having the same amount of money, $62,000 at age 18, but one only put in $10,000 and one put in $26,000. And all of that changes just because of the procrastination, where one person started early and another started late, So that's just an example of starting early and avoiding procrastination. Why I say timing is everything. So the lines are open. 954-792-1170. 954-792-1170. We're here to take your calls. We have the website financialliteracy.info. Financialliteracy.info. You can email us support@financialliteracy.info. Support@financialliteracy.info. So we thank you for sticking and staying. Well, I understand that our caller is on the line. So I want to stay. Welcome, Charles. Charles, you're on the line.
Good evening, Hubert.
Hello, Charles. How are you?
I'm delightful. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, sir.
Thank
you for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. My audience was getting a bit anxious as I was telling them to expect you, and we didn't hear from you. So thank you for joining us. So, Charles, as we continue to talk about college planning, I'm not sure how much of it you caught, but I reserve the part that I wanted you to share with myself and some of the listeners regarding College 529 plan. What can you share with us regarding College 529 plan, Charles? Because a lot of times individuals think that's the only option that they do have. So can you shed some light on that for us, please?
Well, if they think it's the only option, there's always that thought that you always share with me, if something you thought to be true wasn't true, when would you want to know? And, of course, that's why you have the financial literacy program to help individuals have other choices.
Absolutely, sir. Yes, that's always a powerful question in many of our communication that has been brought up. Folks, did you hear that question? Charles says, and that's why we are bringing this show to you, financialliteracy.info, in the sense that the question that we have is that if something you thought to be true was not so, when would you want to know? So, Charles,
exactly.
Thank you for reminding me of that. So go ahead, Charles. Share with us as you go along regarding the College 529 plan.
Well, the College 529 plan is one of many options, and just a basic overview of that. Most people know a few things about that, but in comparison to another option, for instance, with a lot of people want to have a loan possibly that they take out. They're going to fill out a FAFSA form, and with the characteristic of the 529 plan is the funding of that form, or the funding means that your resources would be listed on that financial aid form, which would lessen the amount of a loan that you might be able to qualify for.
Okay.
There are other options that if it's important to you on the loan side, that you would not have to list those resources. For instance, in comparison to the 529, you wouldn't be required to list the resources and some of the other options that are available. And so on your FAFSA form, you would have a larger opportunity to get a larger amount of financial aid.
Okay.
And you have to go to an accredited school.
Okay.
Looking at a 529 plan, if your child decided to go to a vocational school or any school other than an accredited school, the funding wouldn't be used for one of the accredited schools as it should be in a 529, and then you have access to the money and the resources, but then that would be taxable coming back to you. any growth on it.
Charles, I'm getting the signal that we have to go to commercial break. So hold the line
Okay.
there, Charles. Let us go to commercial break because you know the bills have to be paid. Let us go to commercial,
Yes,
and
they
we
do.
and we will be right back. Stick and stay with us. We will be right back. Thank you.
For tax preparation and tax planning services, Lifeline prepares all forms of tax returns
1040 personal, corporate S&C, partnership, trust returns.
and all other federal forms. Go to lifelinetax.com or call 561-244-0062.
Contact us to help you with your lifeline to a better tax future.
Go to lifelinetax.com or call 561-244-0062. Meet Bob.
Hello, everyone.
Bob searched and searched for insurance, but grew frustrated with the high number of options.
Oh no, what am I gonna do?
Then Bob contacted the McIntosh Insurance Agency.
Bingo!
The McIntosh Insurance Agency helped Bob get affordable insurance that fit his unique needs.
Oh, I'm happy I found this guy.
Be like Bob. Go to McIntoshinsuranceAgency.com or give them a call at 561-300-2444.
You won't be sorry.
Remap Accounting Firm offers a wide variety of affordable accounting and tax services. We can help you develop your budget and manage your cash flow. We help families and businesses save money on taxes. Listen to our satisfied customers.
It's good to know that the success of our business is important to REMAP. We're confident that REMAP sees us as more than just a client.
Contact us at remap.com or call 561-623-0241. Would you like your business to maximize its return on investments? Then contact Wealth Management and Distribution Group. Wealth Management and Distribution Group will help you minimize your tax liabilities. It doesn't matter if you're an individual, an entrepreneur, or a small business. Protect your assets for you and your loved ones. Maximize your return on investment with Wealth Management and Distribution Group. Get more information at WMADG.com or call 954-701-4730.
Welcome back. Charles, thank you for sticking and staying with us, Charles. Charles, that information you were dropping, man, I wanted to go to the break so that the listeners can be tuned into what you're saying, because
No worries.
I saw you were getting ready to share with us some powerful information regarding the College 529. So can you pick up from where you were when we left off, sir? Thank you.
Certainly. We talked about the FAFSA form and about the taxable return of your income in case your child doesn't go to the accredited school. In addition, if the monies in the 529 are subject to market risk and volatility.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on when your child is going to school. If you can somehow pick the exact year and time the market, please tell me. I want to know how you do that. But if you don't have the ability to do that, and the funds are, for instance, from 2000 to 2009, a 10-year period, you're subject to volatility. In that time, you would have put $10,000 in an account, and it'd only be worth $9,100 at the end of that 10 years. So what would happen if you had less money than you thought? You couldn't wait or delay your child going to school for the market to come back. So having other choices means that you would have an opportunity to fund an account that you would use for college that had no market volatility. Maybe it has a zero floor. There's other options besides the 529 if you don't want to take the market risk.
Wow. Thank you. Charles, what is it that in your professional opinion, and folks, we have Charles Tyson on the line. Charles Tyson is a financial professional helping people in all the strategies that we have spoken about: mortgages, qualified plans, which we'll be talking about next week. Charles help people with manage that tax planning and so forth. So Charles, in your professional opinion, why is it that people that conception is out there? Why most people believe that a 529 plan is one of the only vehicle, or I would even say why most people think it's the best vehicle out there. Can you share with us why that conception or misconception is out there, in your opinion?
Well, my experience tells me when we share other options, it's because they are so well promoted and so well advertised as opposed to some of the other options, and they just lie in our my clients that they wind up realizing that it's in their blind spot. You know, they just don't know all that there is to know, and the universities and most of the places where the college plans are advertised, they put most of their emphasis on that one plan. I don't know, maybe you can share another idea about that, Hubert, why you think that is, but I have had that experience trying to find that out myself and never really gotten a really good answer to that.
Well, I think you touched the nail on the head, because it shows that we are on the same page there. And a lot of times it comes to marketability, in the sense that where one plan may be promoted more than the other. And as a financial professional like yourself, you and I can even tell, even sometimes when we'll talk to people even about insurance, and people will look and they'll tell you, and you share with them a particular insurance company, and they'll say to you, I've never heard of that insurance company. And because that insurance company may not be on TV, where you may see another company that's on TV every day. So sometimes that blind side, where individuals are bombarded with that marketing feature, and they're just seeing that, So,
and if I may interject there for just a moment, you see, if you have an unlimited marketing budget because you're in a market-based product with volatility, and if you're talking about an investment, then we can take an unlimited amount of marketing budget because we're going to factor it in somehow to the return for the investors. Some of the other solutions, with the guarantees that they have or the low amount of risk that they have, if they were to spend their budget on marketing, then they would not be able to perform as conservatively and with the same features and benefits people are looking for, like safety and reasonable growth. You see the difference? The 529 is and they have an unlimited marketing budget because there's not as much sensitivity to being conservative and doing things on behalf of their shareholders, on their clients. They're trying to please the shareholders.
Okay. So folks, picking up from what Charles is saying there, basically, one of the things that you have to look at is basically what kind of companies are you doing this from? Because in the financial arena, you have different types of companies, and whereas you may have a stock company which is owned by shareholders, and you may have a mutual company that's owned by the members. And these are some of the factors that we have to consider based on what Charles is saying there with the 529 plan, where you may have a particular company that pour their dollars into marketing, while another company prefer to take that money and build the product to benefit the beneficiaries. So those are some of the factors that you need to consider. So Charles, I want to thank you, man. I know you're a busy man. Thank you for taking your time out on a Sunday.
Thank you for asking me. Thank you.
On a Sunday evening and share some insights with us. As we continue and then we dive into deeper stuff, I hope we'll be able to get you where you can join us and you'll be able to spend some more time with us as we get into a deeper dive. So Charles, we just want to thank you for calling, sir. And any final words for our audience?
Well, just thank you, Hubert, for allowing me to share. And yes, there are more options out there. If you're getting educated, and it would be a great opportunity by listening to this program to do that. It's a privilege for me to help do anything to shed any light on something that's going to give you more choices than not. So tune in to Hubert here every week, and I'll appreciate the opportunity to join you again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Charles. Have a good evening, sir. Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
You're welcome. Appreciate you too.
Thanks. So, folks, let's thank Charles Tyson there. He's a financial advisor, financial representative, helping people in all various forms of financial planning. So, as we continue, time is up on us, where the time is flying. I just want to point out a few other things as it relates to college planning. One of the next planning that's out there, which basically, in my humble opinion, it's not even a planning. I see a lot of parents are even planning because their children is a good athlete and they're planning that child will be getting a scholarship. Wow. That they're going to be getting a scholarship. So that scholarship, so they don't have to make any other planning because the child is going to get a scholarship. But folks, as you know, planning scholarships, life happens. We have injuries, we have different kind of things, we have competition. A child may be a star athlete in a particular town or a particular city, but when you go nationwide now, wow, then you're going into a different arena. And also, one of the things that's not communicated properly in that where a child may get a scholarship at a university, and what's not realized is that scholarship is being evaluated every year. So that child may be a star athlete in the first year, and in the second year, they may drop off a bit for whatever reason, whether it's injury or whatever, whatever. Life takes over. And here's this child in a 4-year college, but that scholarship is not renewed in the second year. So I just want you to be aware of that. That sometimes is not the best college planning we can do. So the clock is running, so I'm just going to mention a couple of other alternatives. We'll go deeper dive in this, but if any of this interests you, we'll be able to address it for you on the website, financialliteracy.info, and you can email us support@financialliteracy.info. Some of the alternatives in college planning are delay college. Wow. Sometimes you'd say, but why would someone delay college? If you have two children, one is 18, one is 17 years old, sometimes a parent will think, okay, well, the 18-year-old is going to go to college, and then the 17-year-old is going to go to college the second year. Sometimes delaying where both students go to college at the same time, you would be amazed sometimes at the difference in financial aid. But also doing that takes a risk, because what if that child loses the motivation? But I just wanted to throw that one out there. Another situation, living at home, there are plus and minus to that. And another one is going to a 2-year college and transfer. So folks, the clock on the wall is telling us that we got to get ready to be out of here. So we want to thank you for joining us. Next week, we're going to talk about qualified plans. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your families. We're going to take a deep dive into 401k, IRA, 403b. So thank you very much. This is Hubert McIntosh, your CPA, signing off, and we will see you next week.
Financial literacy with Hubert McIntosh on Waves 1170 has come to an end. Don't be mad.
WAVS 1170 AM, Davie.